Country CEO back again, man. Look, got some game for y'all today. Look, welcome back, channel members. Salute to you. All of you grinders, hustlers, ballers, shot callers, dump truck workers. Look, glad to be on the channel. Whoever's watching, welcome. Look, got some good game for you today. Look, a flat at night, but you got to go to work first thing in the morning. Or the truck got to go to work first thing in the morning. What do? You got a flat at night, but the truck is doing a job at 7 o'clock in the morning. What do you do? Country CEO, when you're dealing with some stuff like that, look, it's inevitable. If you work enough nights, you're going to have a flat at night. Just happened to me, right? Previous video, I mentioned about having had a flat, right? So I have the flat, and so I had to decipher a few things. I was able to get the load off, right? I made it to the place, was able to continue on with the load, and I was able to get that load off my back, right? So the first thing you need to do is, ask yourself the question, are you loaded or can you get the load off? If you got a flat, if you can get the load off, that is a bonus, all right? So can you get the load off? I was able to get the load off, okay? Second thing you need to know is if you empty, all right, you'll be able to, maybe limp it in. I'm pretty sure you will be able to, especially without the load. You can limp it in, or you can limp it to a shop. Working at night, a lot of times the Pilot, the Petro, the Flying J, these truck stops, or even mom and pop, some of them have tire men that are on a 24-hour call, right? So you can kind of Google the nearest ones, call around, see if a tire shop, or they even have third parties that work with these truck stops, that if they get a call out, they'll come. Get up out of their bed, right? So you can look at it like that you can maybe go by a truck stop, tire shop, get it done. Or if you want to go ahead and get somebody to come out, all right, you got to determine, is it just a flat or is it a blowout, right? Do you need a tire or do you just need to be patched or something, right? You need to determine that as well so you can tell them when you call them, okay? All right, or give you some game about what I did. We're on this job at night where basically you're working 5 or 6 hours, but again, you're guaranteed 8. All right, so I basically limped back to the job. Watch this. Don't recommend this for everybody. This is a veteran move on the part of the Country CEO. When I came back to Baton Rouge to the job, I was going to get me a load of milling on that flat, y'all. Did you hear that? This is veteran stuff. Don't try this at home. Right? I was going to get a load, and I was going to ease that load to the little laydown yard. I didn't have to go back to the far away dumping point. I wasn't going to have to go about 6-7 miles. I was going to ease that load and dump it because that was going to be the last load of the night. Why did I do that? Why would you do that, Country CEO? Well, because if I would have went back to the foreman at that point and say, hey, I got a flag, got to go, he was going to cut my time at that point. But if I tough it out and go on back and get another load, I'm going to get the whole 8 hours. Y'all don't hit me. That's game right there, y'all. So being a veteran that I am, I knew that I could do that and take a chance. It wasn't off the rim. It was still hugging the rim. I was going to ease that other load and get that 8. But guess what? Didn't have to do neither one because when I got back, they didn't need me to get another load. Got the whole 8 anyway. I headed home. All right, so here's what I end up doing. Here's the game, more game, more game, more game. Tire man that I deal with, he works for a company, but he stays in my area, right? So I'm knowing he got to pass my house on his way to work. So I politely call him, left a message, because this business. Guys don't mind you calling him 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. This is about money. Just putting money in his pocket, right? So he didn't answer, but I left a message. Hey, man, had a flat last night. Stop by on your way to work in the morning. I got a spare at the house. That's game right there. I'm coming back to that. Got another tire out there. Put that tire on. Had a flat on the such and such pattern side, inside tire on your way to work. I then therefore also text him what happened. I then also text my daytime guy what happened. He was up. He called me. I told him what happened. He knows the guys well, got his number. Guess what? I can go to sleep. I know it's going to be taken care of. Right? So guess what ended up happening? Sure enough, the guy got when I woke up that morning, I saw what he had called, talked to my driver. He did stop by, put the tire on, and I just paid him that afternoon when he headed back home. Matter of fact, I went and got another tire. He had to come and replace that tire back off because it was a little bit worn tire, but it got me out of trouble to work the next morning. I didn't get cost a whole day or 3 hours or 2 hours the next morning. Right? The game, the title of this video is you got a flat at night. What do you do if you're out for the next morning? I'm showing you how to make certain moves so you don't miss out on getting a good start and miss hours on the next morning. Every hour counts. The country CEO don't try to lose a quarter. A quarter. I'm country, y'all. A quarter if I can. Right? All right, so look, here's the game. The nugget on the other piece. Keep a spare tire at your house, y'all. At least one or two. If I get tires taken off, I don't care if it's a little worn, I'm going to keep an extra old spare at this house, right? Because you're going to have stuff like that to have at night on the weekend, tire shop closed. Boom, got a spare here. It ain't the best tire, but it'll get me out of trouble for a day, get the new tire put on the next day, right? All right. And then the only other alternative is if you don't have a tire man that you know. Remember, I've told you a video back in July, I believe, about people you need to know in dump truck business. A tire man, several tire men is people you need to know. More than one. I mean, I got 3 or 4 I know. Right? But if you don't know anybody, you're just starting out. The only other thing you can do in that situation is the next morning, first thing, be at the tire shop for 7. Call the dispatcher at the job, tell them you're running a little late, you had a flat, you got a flat. And they typically understand that. They ain't gonna have no problem with that. But you know, depending on the bag up at the shop, you can lose an hour or 2 that morning on that day. I'm trying to show you how to make every quarter without losing any time, right? My guy made it to the job 5 minutes after 7. Probably wasn't even docked for it. Okay? All right, look, that's the game. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. What do you do when you have a flat at night and your truck is due on the job in the morning? I just gave you the game. Take it, use it, put it into practice. I'm gone.